tonight you finished them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I thought early we had a number of misses and some block shots, but I thought our offensive game came along as the game progressed, and it was certainly nice to see some finish there from a number of guys tonight because. Obviously it's when you're 26th in the league in goals for, it means you've struggled a lot of nights, and there's been several nights where we've talked about where if we would have had a couple some key goals at some moments throughout the hockey game, it could have been a different story in terms of wins and losses. So tonight was one of those nights where I thought we finished well and did some good things overall.
When you get a long break like you just gave them, what was the message going in?
Well, the message going in was, let's regroup and mentally and physically get away from the game. And, these 5-day breaks, I just thought, when back in October, this was a perfect time to get the guys away from the rink. I knew that a number of guys, whether they're from Minnesota and Western Canada, especially those where they live, they weren't going to be able to get home for that Christmas break. So, one, they were able to do that. And two, was just, get away from the game and, come back refreshed. And, obviously you're worried about rust, and I thought there was a little bit of rust early with some passing and that, but overall, it paid off for tonight in terms of what we're looking to do here and moving forward in the second half.
Charlotte has one of the better power plays in this league. You guys held them scoreless tonight on the man advantage. How do you feel like special teams, both from pound to kill and power play, played tonight for you guys?
Well, I think PK-wise, we did a lot of good things. Well, first of all, we stayed disciplined. I think they have 3, so that's huge. And most nights, if you can keep it under 4, I think our penalty kill is one of the best in the league. But you start getting to that 5, 6, 7 range against the power play that's second in the league, it's just going to catch up to you. So tonight we were disciplined, and I thought our PK did an excellent job of executing in terms of what they were trying to do, and that was huge from the power play perspective. I thought the power play was a little bit rusty, quite frankly, but we obviously got the real nice goal off a power play breakout. But the power play, especially the Borky unit there, we got to get them going for sure. But certainly we won the special teams battle against a team that's very, very good on the power play, so that's a plus.
That Barber, Graovac, and Walker line looked fantastic each time you put them out there. What have you seen from them so far that you like?
Well, the common denominator there is Walker and Barber have played, practically two-plus years together. The sentiment has changed. Stevenson quite a bit last year, and then Carter Camper the year before. And I just thought that, Gravel would be a good fit from there. And when I spoke to Gravel this morning, when he's moving his feet, he's a very, very effective player. And I thought he was one of the, I think our all 12 fours got going as the game progressed. But I thought, Gravel was one of those guys coming to me early, and they were real good, and I was trying to match them up against their top line, the Miller line, as much as we could without disrupting the rhythm of the hockey game. So they did a nice job, and they've been real good, like you said, since I put them together.
You switched up the lines a little bit in the first, but you said you got all 12 forwards moving tonight. What did you see from everybody up front that might be leading into another game where you can keep building off of this offense?
Well, I really liked the Albert line from the start. I thought Gaisley was flying, and that's 3 consecutive games now that I've had those 3 together that they've played really well, and I think they got rewarded offensively tonight. Wasn't crazy about the Boyd or Sill line the first half of the game, so I made that switch. I thought that kind of gave Liam O'Brien a little bit of juice, and I thought Siller's line was real good once we made that switch, and I thought Boyder's line with Bosey, Bosey's got such a great skill set that, you hope that they can play with Borky and Boyder. But, I like Liam O'Brien there, too, as well when he's going, because he brings that physical element and is able to make it both a forechecking line and a line that can make some plays off the rush. When you have more of a skill guy playing with Borky and Boyder, it not eliminates the forecheck, but it doesn't happen quite as much. But for a period and a little bit, it certainly worked, because I felt the third period that could have been our best third period of the year, which has been a struggle this year if you see the numbers. And I thought all 4 lines were going very well there.
They pulled their goalie with 8 minutes left, and they pulled it with what you've often called the toughest lead in hockey, which was 3 goals. So that may not seem like a big deal, but that open net goal was a big deal.
Well, absolutely. And I just said to Cash, before I came in here, is that if they score there, they've got the capabilities of coming back, because then it's only a 2-goal game, and they've got the second best offense in the league. So I was really hoping that we would be able to find the empty net. You know, Borky, who's dynamite on empty nets, missed that one to make it 5-1. But then we thought that let's call a timeout, get it on the same page, because we do pre-scout in terms of what they do 6-on-5. So we wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page here to try and just negate what they were potentially doing in the zone. And fortunately, we were able to get the goal, and which basically ended the game. Good. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.